Welcome everybody to the Get Geek podcast. We are now on episode 2. Today I am back, Gabe, and over
Yep,
here we have,
that's me, Sydney.
and all the way from outer space this time we have Alex.
Say hi
What
from
up?
outer space.
It's your boy.
Skinny Alex.
See, I can't really now that you actually said my name already.
See, we did this the second time, so
Oh well, you didn't have to tell everyone that, but okay. Yeah, we rolled it twice.
Redo again.
we
No, okay, but yeah, welcome back everybody to the Get Geek podcast. We want to thank everyone who watched our first episode and everyone who subscribed. We are now up to 20 something subscribers, which is pretty awesome. But although we are trying to get all the way up to 100 subscribers so that we can get our unique URL for our YouTube. And with that said, we have kind of a subscribers incentive. So if everyone could help us get to 100 subscribers when we hit it, we will do a random drawing of the names of our subscribers, and we'll give out two prize packages,
yeah,
one medium, one big, and we'll send that out to you once we hit 100 subscribers.
yeah, and we'll love you
And
long time.
I don't know, you can, but I don't know. But yeah, and it'll be like it will just be
we'll
a
ship him to you.
yeah,
Yeah,
we will ship it to you. It'll be a random prize pack full of like geeky stuff, like comic books, uh, figures. I think I have a skateboard. I have a deck. It's not complete, but if we get up to 100 subscribers quick enough, I might complete it for you. Otherwise, you just might get the deck.
But when we do hit 100, just make sure you keep your eye out, and then we will try to contact you. So if you do not get back to us, we will have to assume that we're gonna have to pick somebody else. So just be on the lookout for that.
yeah,
Yeah. So we'll message you as soon as we get to 100 subscribers, and once you get our message, just message us back as soon as you can. And with that
hmm
said, we also have all of our social media up and running right now too. So
yeah, boy.
on Twitter, you can find us at
I made a Twitter.
GetGeekNet.
Oh,
Oh, careful there. And then
yeah,
on Instagram, we have you can find us at GetGeekNetwork on Instagram, and we are also GetGeek at Facebook. For Facebook, just put in the search bar Get Geeked, and you'll see us. You'll see our logo and everything like that, and you can find us there.
Yeah. So
We
just look
also
for the
have a
logo.
Reddit. We also have a Reddit page, also, right?
yeah,
Get Geek Network.
yeah.
Feel
It's
free to contribute whatever. Throw up any information you would like. If you want us to talk about it, throw it up, and then maybe
Hmm.
send us like a, hey, talk about this, and we'll go through it and see what we like and see if it's worth putting up in the video.
yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
totally
So
radical,
go
dude.
go out there, subscribe to us, give us a like, give us a comment,
Share our
give us suggestions, give
videos.
us questions, whatever you want. If you have questions, put it up there, and might even answer it here on our podcast. So you might get one of your questions. We'll also shout you out with your username and everything like that with your question and answer it here on the
Mhm.
podcast.
Yeah,
Who knows? Maybe one of the big prizes in the subscriber incentive is you doing a podcast with us for an episode. I don't know.
We don't
who
know. You never know.
knows?
You never
Also,
know.
this is for further in the future, but I am so down to do it just because. If we can get to 1,000 subscribers, or when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will myself get the Get Geek logo tattooed on my left arm.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
just putting it
okay.
out there.
All
So I
right.
mean, if
We
you want
will.
to see me get that tattoo, and I'll even do a vlog of it. I'll bring a camera, tape it, and everything like that, of me getting the Get Geek logo tattooed on my left arm.
Cool.
So if you guys want to see that, get us to a
Mhm.
thousand
I know I
subscribers.
want to see that.
And if we get to 3,000 subscribers, I myself personally will take down the North Korean regime.
I will bring
Well,
back Walt Disney's head from the
well,
frozen chambers of.
well then, you Alex needs to start getting an army together, and you Sydney needs to I don't know,
I'm
get out
gonna
of
need to.
Fantasyland maybe, because
Yeah.
I like
dude's
how
dead and
mine
his head is nowhere to be found.
more
I know.
realistic than that one.
Yeah. Um, and then also I know that I'm a bit too old to be playing Pokemon Go, and I don't really care. But I want to put this out there right now. I was at work I think it was yesterday. It might have been yesterday after I got off of work, or not actually, yeah, after I got off work, I did a raid, and it was a Rayquaza raid. and then when I caught that Rayquaza, turned out to be a 100% Rayquaza, and boom, I'm gonna throw him right here. You'll see him right here. Yeah, and I know I don't care if everyone hates the game right now or whatever, or if you're into it, then it's awesome. But yeah, this
100%, dude.
100% Rayquaza is freaking awesome. And with
I can
with
never
that
get that kind of love.
with that out of the way, let's get into our first topic, which Sydney wants to talk about.
Yeah,
Kind of relates to
Pokemon
Pokemon
Go.
Go a little bit.
So I was just thinking about what I'm gonna talk today. I'm like, oh man, I've been busy with school. I don't know what to talk about. In Gabe's car, I'm thinking about it like, oh, I know the perfect thing. Since I'm like bored commuting to school back and forth every now and then, and also I recently got into this thing called brown dust. So I wanted to ask, like,
What?
what's your favorite, mobile game, or what's a mobile game that'll keep you busy that you like to just have on your phone?
Hold on. Is it called Brown
Brown
Dust?
dust, yeah. It's
You
a
heard it here, folks. Sydney is on drugs.
no. Brown dust is an RPG style game. You put your characters on the board and you're supposed to position them correctly to defeat the enemies. And I also like the art because it's very anime.
AKA mobile app drugs.
Yeah, but yeah, I just sometimes like on the bus I get so like bored. I don't understand how people could just stare out the window. My mind would melt at that point. So I like to have things to play with on my phone. Like solitaire. I play solitaire on my phone and Minesweeper. I
I
love
would have
Minesweeper.
not survived in the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a I don't even want to say if it's a millennial thing or because it's past millennial now, right? I mean, this
Yeah.
is like I don't even know what you call this period of time,
Gen
Generation
Z?
Z, Gen Z
That
or
sounds like
something.
a
Gen
It's
new
like a
Pokemon
Z, Gen
game.
it's like a, it's like
X.
it's like a Gen Z thing that like everyone doesn't really like there's no living in the moment type deal. Everyone's on a mobile app. But I mean, with that said and out of the way, though, I kind of have the same problem. But
You play Pokemon Go so
yeah, so
much.
my thing is Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
So
I play it too.
and uh, I'm a the game is perfect for my type of personality, which is kind of an introvert that's also kind of a perfectionist almost not perfectionist to where like I need to be perfect. It's more of a perfectionist to where I kind of need to complete something,
Yeah.
and the game drives straight to that point in my mind where it does that. Like, okay, it has all these things that you have to catch, and you kind of have to complete it,
Yeah.
and that's the reason why it keeps me kind of caught in it because it's like I gotta complete this,
My
and
Pokédex.
if I don't catch like a certain thing to complete the Pokédex or whatever, it kind of triggers something in my head
You
like
can't sleep in
it
at
yeah it
night.
bothers me, and then it goes even further in that because they have like IVs which are like the stats of the Pokemon. So
Yeah.
like okay, you got to get like all this whole list of Pokemons in this certain
Yeah.
IV, so you need to get those and everything like that. So I mean that's perfect. Like that's like the perfect game to kind of get to my addiction.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the one that I like usually play. But before that though, I was really stuck on I forgot what it was called. I think it was like Marvel Puzzle or something like that.
Marvel puzzle? Like a puzzle game?
It's kind of a puzzle game. It's the ones where you like you match three or four in a row, and then it breaks, and it does. And when that four pieces break or whatever, it you attack your enemy or something like that.
Oh,
But it was a puzzle game, but it was with Marvel characters. Like
okay,
and
okay.
every Marvel character, you had the heroes, you had the villains, and everything like that, and you collected the cards of the villains and you used them as a team or whatever. But yeah.
What about you, Alex? You got any games on your
See,
phone?
I am I have a love-hate relationship when it comes to mobile games because I do admit that there are some really good mobile games out there, some that people have worked really hard on,
Yeah.
but there the hate relationship comes in when there are all of these stupid copies of the same game that
Yeah.
come out with different skins.
Oh, I
Now
know what you
that
mean.
there's even games that are like idle RPG. Why the fuck do you want to play a game where you're not doing anything? Not to mention, I get that some people have like a busy life,
Yeah.
so don't play a game. Also, this advertisement I always see
Hmm.
Have you seen this like Mafia Wars style
Oh,
game? And it's just
that
like
that
level one
game.
crook,
Level 1
and
crook,
then
level 50 boss.
level 100 boss. Boom, do 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 do. I don't.
That became a meme
Okay.
so quickly.
Well,
Oh.
you're still dodging the question. We're not asking what
Yeah.
you thought about mobile apps. We're asking you what's your favorite
Answer
mobile
the
app.
question. We're
Which is
interrogating you now.
why. Which is why I was gonna say, because there are some really good games out there. If you, I'm kind of a sucker for phone games. I have so many games. I've gone through so many.
Me
Um,
too, buddy. Me
at
too.
first, I was really into these phone RPGs where it's like a legitimate MMORPG, like Toram Online,
Hmm.
and stuff like that. But then there are, I even got Sydney onto this game before, but Game of Dice is
Oh
cool
yeah, that was
because
fun. Okay, that was the fun. I gotta be
it's like an,
honest.
yeah, it's like an actual skill based and luck based Monopoly anime game
Yeah, and you
that
build
they
your own
have
deck,
gotten more and
and deck
more.
building
Yeah,
is
you
like the
can build
most
your
fun
own
thing.
deck, customize everything,
Yeah.
and then you know, the typical words with friends just because I like getting shit on by everybody.
Mm. Well, are you that bad at Word with Friends? I'm actually okay. Like, actually, I used to
No,
be I used to be
I'm a
pretty bad,
beast,
but
dude.
I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty
good now.
good, but you forget that we are family with uh there's somebody in our family named Dina and Molly
Yeah.
who will beat you triple the times amount of points that you get and then rub it in your face.
they're
Oh my
they're
god.
they're cheating.
Hacks.
I'm
They're
calling it out right now. They're
teachers.
cheating.
They're
Yeah.
teachers.
Oh yeah, the teachers. I forgot about that. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, even you know, Revolution 2 or Netmarble, you know, all those different games and producers of games, they come out with some really good games. You know,
They
not
really
all
do.
of the games are really stupid. There are some legitimate full games that if they were on the computer, I would spend most of my time playing them too.
Yeah. Like for
So,
one of those examples of that is I love Hearthstone. And so Hearthstone is originally like a PC game, and then it also went on
mhm.
mobile as well. So like all the time, if I want to get like if I want, I love deck building stuff. So if you're into that kind of thing, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Vanguard, even
Even
Pokemon,
Magic's on there now
Magic,
too.
yeah. So if you like that and but you want to play on mobile, I know Magic doesn't really have a mobile game. Oh, they do actually, but I don't like it.
Yeah,
It's so whack. But
it's different.
yeah, yeah. Play Hearthstone. It's so clean. It looks so great too.
Or just play Pokemon Go.
Or play Pokemon Go. If you like walking around, honestly, if you're that type of outdoors person and you love, Pokemon, that's the perfect thing for you.
I mean, you could always even spoof though, even though spoofing is getting a little bit harder nowadays.
Yeah.
and
You can
I
cheat too.
and I'm also gonna put it out there. I support all the spoofers. I don't spoof myself, but I support them because without them, I wouldn't have been able to catch my first Mewtwo. Or no, is it Mewtwo? Yeah, no, yeah, Mewtwo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I caught my first Porygon with spoofers. Two spoofers that helped me out.
because like I showed up late to a Mewtwo raid when Mewtwo raids were hard to do, and you if you showed up late to a Mewtwo raid, there'd be nobody there because everyone just shows up in the beginning, do the raid, catch it, and bounce. And if you show up late to it, then you had no one to battle the Mewtwo with. And I showed up, no one's around. I'm sitting there in the lobby all by myself, and all of a sudden I see people popping up, boop 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 boop. I'm like, whoa, where's all these people coming from? Those were all spoofers, and I give it up
Ooh,
to all those spoofers that were there, because without them,
Gabe,
I wouldn't get my first Mewtwo.
you know what we should do?
What?
Right now, we should just pop our friend codes onto the screen.
Nah. I don't need any more friends because it's just too
I
much.
got so many friends
It's too
too.
much. It's too much maintenance, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way too much.
I don't need that. Yeah, it's too much to do.
It's so hard to scroll through. Like, if you want to find a friend too, it's all those names. It's so tiring.
Okay, so
For me, yeah,
are we?
it's I just have no more space for items. So I'm sorry, all the people on my friends list. I just don't have the space.
Although I am digging catching or not catching, but getting all the those Alolan eggs
Oh
because
yeah.
they have a higher chance of getting you like a shiny.
Oh, okay.
So I've been opening people's gifts just to get the eggs, incubating
Eggs,
them.
baby.
Yeah, and then uh another another big news that dropped just a couple of days that I want to get into right now. Uh, if everyone doesn't remember, but I don't know if it was a few months ago, but it was like during the summertime. Guardians Galaxy 2 no, Guardians of Galaxy 3 was gonna be start filming, but then all of a sudden out of nowhere there was this whole controversy of James Gunn, the director. People had dug into his past Twitter feeds and everything like that and found all these like unsensitive jokes, you say.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, there were bad jokes and stuff like that, but you got to remember that this guy used to work for Trauma, the Trauma movie production company, and Trauma used to be all about shock value, and so I could kind of understand where those jokes come from because he was so used to doing shock movies that those type of jokes, even though as bad as they were, like you kind of saw where it came from just because of the company that he was working with and everything like that. But and that was like way back in the past. I mean, the guy's changed obviously. I mean, you see him now; he's more better than what he was.
I do. I have to say one thing.
What?
I don't support, molesters or abusers, but you cannot sit there and look at yourself in the mirror and not realize that you probably would suck yourself if you met yourself from 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Everybody
Yeah,
changes.
yeah. People
yeah.
Everybody
people
changes.
change, and you gotta realize that it was kind of just a joke. I mean, as bad of a joke as it was just a joke. But then so the one of the chief executives of Disney decided to fire James Gunn, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 didn't have a director at all. And it was all the whole movie. That whole movie was in limbo. Even the actors were like up in arms, and Dave Bautista even threatened to quit and everything like that.
Oh,
Um,
yikes.
Hmm.
so, but and just a couple months ago, even or maybe even a month ago, it was brought to light that James Gunn got hired by DC to do Suicide Squad 2.
Hmm.
And then just a couple days ago, news broke out that Disney rehired James
He's
Gunn.
back,
Yeah, he
baby.
is back, and
Yep.
he is gonna do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 now. So
Yeah.
he's back in the slate, ready to go.
My friends were complaining about this too. I had no idea what was going on. They told me about
And
this.
the cool thing too is that he's still also gonna still direct Suicide Squad 2. And so
Hey.
the plan is that they're gonna let him finish Suicide Squad 2. He's doing that because he already basically signed a contract. He's contracted to do Suicide Squad 2, which is pretty cool because I kind of want to see him do that anyways because that franchise was kind of lame for the first movie,
Oh,
and
okay.
I want to see with James Gunn because even though Tromaville kind of gave him that kind of weird mentality is kind of a double edged knife because for one thing it gave him kind of that crude um, joking mentality, but on the other side it helped him do these weird crazy ensemble movies, and
Yeah.
he's able to do these things with a style and a different style than everyone else, and it makes it better. And just seeing how what he did with Guardians Galaxy 3, I want to see him do that kind of with Suicide Squad 2. And I think he's the perfect person to do Suicide Squad 2 because it's kind of in the same vein of almost Tronville slash Marvel type deal, kind of crazy meets ensemble basically. So it's gonna be tight, and I can't wait to see him do that. But what's also cool is that so he gets that, and so like after he finishes that, then he goes straight into Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is dope. I mean, that's just like perfect, and it's and so everyone knows like I like DC and Marvel as a comic book in comic book form, but I gotta say that with movie wise, I'm more of a Marvel fan just because
Yeah.
they put out better stuff, and a lot of like I feel like DC as a movie company, it's a bit they get too scared to push the envelope sometimes. They get too scared to do certain things. Marvel, if you watch the Marvel movies, they've taken their whole library and made movies with almost their whole library. I mean, they still have more people in the library that they haven't done anything with, but they have plans for, and they're also getting back a lot of their properties soon too. Within like I want to say like next week they're gonna maybe announce something or maybe not, but the news is next week it's basically done, sealed, done, everything. So they get all their property back and they get have more things to work with. But they've did things with those properties, whereas DC has a huge library of awesome characters, but for some weird reason, all they want to do is Superman and Batman,
They
Superman and Batman.
did Green
I
Lantern
have
once,
been
and it
waiting.
wasn't great. I heard.
Oh yeah,
I
they tried other characters like Green Lantern and stuff like that. The only other character that did pretty well,
Wonder
well,
Woman.
Wonder Woman did pretty well, and then uh,
D-
Aquaman just came out too,
Yeah,
which did
I heard
also
that.
pretty well also.
What about what were they responsible for like doing the Flash TV series?
I mean, not the movie
that was
company.
more
Okay.
Fox, wasn't it?
No, Fox was the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, so
Go ahead.
Flash. I digged Flash, but it was just not really something I could get into. I
Okay.
even did that with Daredevil and
Oh
stuff like
yeah,
that.
Daredevil.
But those are TV shows. I mean, kind of different.
Yeah, they're different.
It is
Movie
different. That's
wise,
why I
we're
couldn't really
talking
get
about
into it.
movies, man.
When you talk about Daredevil was awesome. For
Yeah.
Marvel, the Daredevil Netflix series was amazing. And I understand why they canceled those because they Disney is going to start their own streaming platform pretty soon. So they're taking all their property back basically. So like, why continue a streaming service that you don't own, you know,
Mhm.
when you're going to have your own, so take back your property before it gets too late.
Yeah.
Is that
Smart
why they
moves.
completely cut off Jessica Jones and Punisher?
Yeah, because that's all the same thing. Like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Punisher. Uh, what was the other one? They had one more. I forgot.
Like,
Either way.
what about have you? I heard about this show. It's like Agents of Shield or something like that.
That's on. I want to say ABC. That's also TV shows. But I mean, like, beside the matter though, that's because those are all TV shows.
Yeah.
Movie. Movie wise, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm just talking
To
movies.
be honest,
Because like the
I
DC shows were pretty good too. Like they're good,
mm,
but two different things.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for a decent, decent Martian Manhunter movie. If
Oh,
DC was to do that, they would be able to go off in its own story because it was a really good comic book.
Yeah, but see that brings out a great part of my point is that DC will never do that because DC is too scared to do anything with other properties, with the properties that they own, with unknown properties. They're scared. I
yeah.
mean, you look at Marvel. They took Guardians of the Galaxy. No one knew Guardians of the Galaxy when it first came out. Like
Mm-mm.
no one read it. Only like hardcore like comic book readers knew what Guardians of the Galaxy was. I I barely knew what Guardians of the Galaxy was, and the only reason I even knew the name was because one day I picked up a comic, and it was like it wasn't even Guardians of the Galaxy comic; it was an Avengers comic, and it had part of the Guardians in there. Not
Oh.
even the whole Guardians in there. It was just part of them, but it was a kind of a crossover Avengers comics,
Hmm.
and that's the only reason why I even knew the name. Like I didn't even know all the characters and stuff like that. And then I start digging into it once the movie came out because the movie was so good. And then I knew what it was all about. But before then, but back case in point though, Marvel took these obscure characters and was like, you know what, we're good enough to make a movie out of them. DC, okay,
Batman.
you have
Superman.
no here's well yeah those are only the two characters they go for, but they have a whole bunch of lists of characters. They have Swamp Thing. They have uh,
Martian Man.
Martian Manhunter, Zatanna. I mean, the list goes on. They have like so many good characters that like villains too and everything like that. But they don't dive into it. Like it. I mean, you got the Flash too. They've taken so long to do a Flash movie. It's been delayed. I'm like, come on, dude, just do the Flash movie. Everyone wants a Flash movie. The TV shows are doing good, and there's another thing too. You got Teen Titans. I mean, I heard mixed reviews for
No,
the Teen
don't get me
Titans show,
started on that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if someone does a movie about it, I think the movie like, and then here's the other part too is like
Oh,
they don't see like that their animated series do very well.
mhm.
Like the DC animated series do very well, and they do all the obscure characters. They've done Teen Titans, and they did Flash, and you know, you know, um, they did all those like other characters, and it sells. People buy it, watch it, but the movie company itself just I don't know. They're just scared. They're scared to jump into it.
Have you seen the Teen Titans movie trailer?
The Are you talking about the Teen Titans Go?
Oh no, like there's an actual trailer.
I don't think they're making a movie.
Wait, wait,
You mean
wait.
the live action?
Yeah,
No,
there's
there
a
no, there's no live action Teen Titans movie coming out.
wait.
That's the
I c-
TV
It's a TV
series.
series.
oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said show.
Yeah.
Like that's a show.
Okay, okay. I
It's
wasn't
not. It's not a movie.
okay. Yeah,
But
I was
that's
talking
that's the
about
one
the
I'm.
I
live
know
That's
action.
the one I'm talking about. The mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Like
there
the
there are two um rumors too that were going on about that. But yeah, the TV series looks not that great.
Yeah. It honestly doesn't.
well, yeah, because they, for one thing, on the trailers they had really bad special effects
Yep.
and really bad acting almost. And this is just a trailer. Like you don't even need to show acting in a trailer, but it comes off cheesy already,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is crazy. I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, but I just wanted to put it out there. It was pretty cool to hear that James Gunn got his job back. I kind of like, I was,
Agreed. Everyone's
I was,
rejoicing.
I was rooting for him. Like I was even rooting for him when I heard that he got the Suicide Squad 2 movie deal because I was like, yeah, like good for him. Like Disney fired him. Now he got a job, and also that I kind of dug his. I don't know if you guys seen there was a trailer that came out. He's only producing it, but it was like the movie was written by his brother, I want to say it was, and some other guy. It's called Brightburn, and
Never heard of
it
him.
looks pretty dope. But the premises of the trailer or the premise of the movie is think if Superman came down and as a kid,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
instead of
yeah. It was like
being good and turning out to be good, he all of a sudden just went evil.
Ooh,
So
that sounds
so
pretty
basic
cool.
yeah, so basically you just have an evil Superman. Trailer looks dope. Movie looks dope. The premises sounds dope. So he had two things going for him already right there. And but now
think S- think Smallville, but on HBO.
in evil. But yeah, but with the news of him getting rehired, dig it, and congrats to James Gunn.
Yeah, I'm happy for
Mhm.
other people who are happy about that. Guardians of the Galaxy was a good movie, so I liked it. I'm so happy about James Gunn getting rehired.
Yep. And with that, I'm done with that subject. Alex, you got
Alex?
something for us?
Well, first off, I just gotta say one already is I know it's news to you guys. I'm not sure. Maybe Gabe, you've heard of it, but rest in peace, Jake Phelps, the editor of Thrasher magazine, himself died at the age of, I believe, 53.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
was
Yeah.
one of
The
my
news broke
favorite
out like
editors.
yesterday, right?
yesterday? Okay.
Yeah. It was really sad because I always remember as a kid watching all of the King of the Road. He was always there. He was a big head and all that. He was the leading of most of the pretty good ideas that come out of Thrasher. He was the one to choose what becomes the Thrasher magazine cover, which is, if you're not a skater or know anything about that, that's kind of like the holy grail. It's like
Hmm.
being on the front of one of the biggest magazines. And all I know is I'm not sure what's going to happen to King of the Road. I'm not sure if it's going to continue because it happens every couple years. If it does, you know, um,
Will it be the same?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's never going to be the same. It's going to be super sad. But I do have to say condolences to his family for hearing that because he was a really cool guy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Yep. All right. R.I.P. Dude. But yeah, I mean, I think all of it will still keep on going. I mean, just to keep his name alive, basically. I mean, with
Yeah,
with um with genres like that and people in that type of area, they always like kind of run with keeping everything going, basically.
yeah, they're really big on respecting their family, and he was essentially a part of their family, the skateboarding family.
Hmm. I
So yeah,
mean,
we
yeah,
may be
Thrasher was a big part of skateboarding, so I
I
don't think.
actually didn't
we
know what the
may
brand was. Like, I thought it was like some like clothing brand. So I don't know a lot about it.
see
Well,
that's my
it kind of
point.
is
Like
a clothing brand, but it's more than a clothing brand. And
Yeah.
well, it didn't start as a clothing brand. It turned into a clothing brand, but
Hmm.
it started off. It just started off as a magazine. Basically, it was a
Oh,
magazine at
okay.
first,
mhm,
but it turned
that
into a
was one of
lifestyle.
my things in the last podcast. People will wear Thrasher, but they don't understand the history of how it came to be. They know the Dogtown movie, but they don't know the history of how that came to be. They know, Birdhouse, but they don't know how far Tony
Hmm.
Hawk went and through all these different teams to make his own. it's a huge history, and yes, we may be a really nerdy podcast. Get Geeked is a nerdy, you know,
Yeah.
company in
Well,
its
no.
own.
Well, the thing
But
is here,
we,
it's get geeked. It's what you geek over, and
hmm
you could geek over everything though. You could geek over sports. You could geek over movies. You could geek over comic book stuff. You could geek over nerdy things. You could geek over
oh
skateboarding
yeah,
too. So it
I was
it
just gonna
covers
say
all
because
genre.
Dude, I just started
they
knowing
may not
this.
know,
Oh,
they
sorry.
may not know, but I know some people that do watch will know who we are, like from the past. But me, Gabe, and everybody else and our family are really big into skateboarding back in the day. So it's one of those things, and we do have to give our props to pretty much everything that has to do with that. And after hearing that, to us, it's just really big news.
Yeah.
So just wanted to get that out there.
Did anyone hear this? I feel like if we don't like say this, they're gonna send me comments. But there's like a baby crying in the background the whole time. Not
Mm,
well.
well, you didn't have to bring it up, but
Yeah. Someone else will.
bring up the obvious. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. They can bring it up if they want,
Okay.
but
Okay.
like yeah, the studio is like not soundproof or excluded from neighborhoods and stuff like that. So yeah,
hmm
you might hear a baby crying in the background, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's the neighbors.
Also, I just gotta say, we're working on it. This is our second podcast. You do have to admit, for a second podcast and first podcast, we're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And over time, we may add like sound padding to make things a little less loud,
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
change
Soundproof.
things up a
Yeah,
bit.
this is a DIY project, so we're doing it
Working with what we
ourselves
got.
with our own money and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not gonna be totally perfect to begin with, but yeah, you might catch outside noise like police sirens and
Yeah.
car motors
So yeah, just
and
understand.
babies crying and dogs barking. But yeah, it is what
Get
it is.
Geeked, the realest podcast you know.
Yep,
Yeah. We keep it real.
keeping it 100.
We in the hood.
Also, just so you guys know, I have been getting a couple things about this in messages, but we are trying to get into the iTunes and Spotify area for the podcast
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
know a lot of people have been telling me that YouTube drains their battery. So we're working on it. It's just we're trying to get to the point where it's more fiscally stable and um,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
right for
here's
us. So
if they want to if they actually want a certain date and time, I'm actually planning on just trying to get up to maybe 5 podcasts, and once we have 5 episodes, um we're gonna then push the iTunes and Spotify stuff.
Okay.
So just wait till we get to our 5th episode, and then maybe on our 6th or 7th episode, then the whole catalog of all 6 or 7 episodes should be available on iTunes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Also,
mhm.
I'm not. This is just like throwing it out here in case you want to consider it. Although like we'll just be having like Spotify and iTunes later on, but SoundCloud. SoundCloud is like an option where you can just post. If you haven't bought the premium VIP pass, you still have like a certain amount of time to post for free. Oh, so yeah, you could put on like whole podcast audio onto SoundCloud and people will listen to it. I've seen podcasts on SoundCloud before, so I don't think it's anything new. Yeah, just something to consider maybe.
Maybe
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
feel like we could just jump straight into iTunes
iTunes
though.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
understandable.
because
So
it's just the
see,
more major platform so that
For a podcast.
everyone could grab it.
Yeah.
And not just
yeah,
that too,
one
then
of
it has it has the capabilities of people kind of a better advertising
Yeah.
side of it and everything like that.
I
So
see, I see.
I mean
also
if
Hmm.
just so you guys know, we may eventually even try to, if you guys want it, stream the recording of the podcast before we go live. You never know.
well, no, here's the thing though. Okay, I looked into that because I kind of wanted to do it because it'll probably help make editing a little bit more easier for me myself. Um, the only thing though is if to put it onto YouTube, you have to get up to 1,000 subscribers before you can stream.
Really?
E-
That's the only thing.
Hmm.
I
Even
mean,
so,
although we
I've
could kind
seen
of
this
we
on
could
Twitch and stuff like that.
yeah we could cut around it and stream to Twitch, but
hmm
once again though uh I need to finish setting up OBS and stuff like that, and then also with that I need to figure out how to splice in your video into that video at the same time
Yeah.
with OBS for Twitch streaming and stuff like that. Because otherwise it would just be our video with Twitch.
Yeah.
Even so, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That could
It
just
shouldn't be
like
that
be
bad.
put in post.
And then also we wouldn't be able to cut out anything that happens that's kind of embarrassing or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
think that should be
uh,
fine. That's what
I'm
streaming's about.
I'm gonna put my 2 cents in here. We need to get to the next one because we were trying. I know the 2 hour podcast was kind of a lot for you
Yeah.
guys, so
We're
we're
trying
gonna
Well,
to
have to
make
cut it
shorter
down a little bit.
content for you guys.
So we're trying
although
to move each other along.
although I did get props that we did come out of the gate with a 2 hour podcast. So
Yeah.
it was kind of cool. I mean, but yeah, we are kind of trying to keep the podcast down to 1 hour. So,
Mhm.
um,
Making some changes every now and then.
yeah,
Adjustments. We got a timer now. So
we're put on timer, but we still have some time left. We got about a good, I want to say 30 minutes.
okay, okay.
Mhm. So anybody else had anything put in
Well,
topics?
if you want, I kind of want to do a movie review. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, yeah.
I think I'm the only one who's seen it though, because I asked Sydney over here, and Sydney hasn't seen it yet. And I don't know if you watched it, but the new Captain Marvel movie. Have you seen it?
I
Okay.
I
Alex, good.
did watch a couple bits and pieces. I didn't watch it fully,
Well,
but I mean, I already know the story.
did
If
you
you
like
want to
walk
just
into
go
the
into
movie
it.
theater and walk back out? Just walk back in.
No, dude, it was a good movie. Okay, well, here's the thing. I want to do my quick review on it right here, right now.
Mhm.
And it's gonna be a bit spoilery. So if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want it spoiled, then you could kind of
Oof,
Skip
tune out
over.
now, skip over it.
going out of the gate with a spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler
Spoiler alert.
alert. Spoiler alert. But but yeah, because I mean, when I talk about movies, I hate kind of keeping things out. I want to go deep into it. But before I even get into the review, this movie came out with a lot of controversy to begin with. For one thing, you already had trolls and you already had incels out there like hating on the movie because like, oh, it's a female-led movie. Who, like blah 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 blah. Like come on, dude, it's 2019. Who the hell cares nowadays, right, dude? Like,
Yeah.
come on, get over being a male. Like, you,
What does it matter?
what does it matter?
It's a cool
Yeah.
story.
If it's a cool movie, it's a cool movie. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. Like let the movie be. I mean, and just that whole mentality is dumb anyways to begin with.
Mm.
So yeah, it was already getting hate, but not just that though. The star of the movie, Brie Larson, is it Brie? Yeah, I think it's Brie Larson. She did a interview or something like that. I forgot it was a press release interview or something like that, where she kind of dug into depressed people being mostly all male and stuff like that. Which if you looked at a lot of like people, a lot of the stories coming out about that, and people in the industry and stuff like that, they said themselves like the press isn't really all white males. Like
Mhm.
people who work in the press says that in the press junket areas there are different people of races. There are more females nowadays and stuff like that. But then she dug into it and she said like, oh, we let's see more diversity in the press and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
what she doesn't, and I think she's just saying that because stars don't really see the other side.
Yeah.
They're only used to the people that they pull to interview them,
Mhm.
which turns out to be sometimes mostly all white male, but they don't really see the other side, the other line of the fence, which the press is more diverse and has, female and male equally. So, but she came out with that statement and that made another controversy because she's just like, people were just like hating on her for saying that, which I mean, the message is good, but the way she said it was kind of bad and also sounded a little bit ignorant at the same time. Now, that said, out of the way, push that to the side.
Actual movie time.
The movie itself was pretty good. I gave it a B. I
Okay.
mean, it's a good movie. It's a good watch. I would say yes. Go ahead and spend your $15 on it because it's pretty good.
Mhm.
I put it out as like a dash of Star Wars with a superhero feel, and just like a good buddy cop action movie basically because it's Samuel L. Jackson and Captain Marvel as the buddy cops. The only thing, and it's dope. It changed the storyline a little bit because I feel like Marvel had it in their head like the original storyline is a little bit too close to um, Green Lantern, which they know that Green Lantern bombed, didn't make money. So they're like, okay, let's not do the original storyline because it's too close to Green Lantern. Let's go with this, and it works. The only thing, the only thing I felt like the movie was missing was weight.
Hmm.
And when I talk about weight, I mean like there was nothing to bring out the seriousness, like to make it to make you feel. They were kind of trying it because in the original comics it was Marvel, which is Kree, gives her the power, her powers. But on this one, it turns out it's a Kree also, but it turns out to be a different person. Is an older lady, and she gets the power. She gets her powers from the explosion of. I want to say it was part of the gem, one of the gems, but I
Huh.
might be wrong because they had the Tesseract later. But maybe she pulled some power out of the Tesseract and put it into this fueling mechanism that was fueling um, the jet that she was flying. I don't,
Oh.
who knows, but it wasn't because the Tesseract was still like there at towards the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But she gets her powers from that. Um, so they changed up the storyline, but like and the weight they were trying to make was like okay, the lady gave her the powers, and they could have done that like differently. They could have made the old lady like her mom,
Yeah.
made it feel like more like it
Some more.
meant something,
Yeah.
or and then I felt like they tried to make a little bit weight with her friendship and with the other um the other actress in the movie later on because she has like they were friends, they grew up together, that was her past life, and then she had a relationship with her daughter and everything like that. But that just was it happened so fast
Mm-hmm.
that you didn't get to like hold on to that feeling and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And not just that too, but they won, so there was no weight there,
Mm-hmm.
like
We want it to be like a little more like drawn out
mhm.
to add more depth to the character,
Yeah,
show
exactly.
complexity.
Yeah, they didn't spend enough time with the characters. It was just like, okay, they were just basically this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens, and
Yeah.
boom.
Let's
Which,
get this movie out, baby.
yeah, I mean, like, which was okay because I mean, it made the movie was fun, but it didn't have, like,
The weight of the other ones too.
yeah, like feeling,
Like Black
like.
Panther had like a bit more weight.
Yeah,
Like
because
some other ones.
they drew it out. They Black Panther. There was the relationship between him and his father, and then the what you find out how Killmonger became how he became
Yeah.
Killmonger, and stuff like. But with that though, they put that with like 2 or 3 movies together
Hmm.
because you had no, 2 movies because you had Captain America Civil War where Black Panther was introduced, and that kind of gives you the storyline already right there, and then it went to Black Panther, and then you had the whole storyline, and then it gave it more depth, more feeling, more insight into their whole world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you had Captain America where they built a relationship. You kind of they 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 made you follow his life,
Yeah.
so
There's like
so
8 movies or so on him already.
you're living through him. But yeah, and then each movie they kind of went more in depth into his character.
Yeah.
And I know that this is Captain Marvel's first movie, but you can still get into her life a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did the best that they could, and I feel like they're just trying to they were like they kind of rushed it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Because like Infinity War is coming out, the
hmm
Endgame.
yeah, they just had so much coming out all at once, so that
They just needed
they
something.
had to get it out so that they could get ready for that, and then they could get this, and then that's gonna get ready for that. So,
I
but
don't blame them.
it's pretty. But I mean, the movie still was pretty good. But I think that's all it was missing was just a little bit of depth, a little bit more insight into her lifestyle
Hmm.
and to her herself. Like if we got a little bit more time to spend with her, it might have been a little bit better. That's why I was kind of I felt a little like bummed that they didn't put her into because she was actually supposed to be in Civil War, Captain America Civil War.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hmm.
that was the first time, or that was the movie that they were thinking about putting her in. And if they had put, I felt like if they had put her in there also,
that would made it like how they introduced Black Panther and
exactly, yeah. But the thing was, like, they had to choose though. They were like, okay, we can't introduce two characters. We have to
yeah.
pick one. Do we want to introduce Black Panther or do we want to introduce Captain Marvel? And they actually went with Black Panther instead. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, it worked out for Black Panther, but
Mm-hmm.
I felt like Captain Marvel missed out a little bit.
Yeah.
But even still, though, like, I liked Captain Marvel. It was a fun ride. The spaceship stuff was dope. I loved the spaceship. And even the spaceship battles were dope because it kind of remind me of some of the stuff like I loved from Star Wars and stuff like that. And then the twist that they had, there was a twist where you thought that the enemies that she was fighting were supposed to be the bad guys, but turns out that her allies turned out to be the bad guys instead. So that the
Made the movie a bit better.
yeah, it made the movie a little bit better. I mean, all in all, a rating out of 10. I forgot what I gave. I forgot what I gave. What was the DC movie? Wonder Woman. I forgot what I gave Wonder Woman because I think I rated Wonder Woman kind of high. I brought it down because the ending was kind of weak.
Mm-hmm.
The ending of Wonder Woman was kind of weak. So I might have it wrong, but I'm giving Captain Marvel like a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean, it's
That's
a
not
B.
bad.
It's a B minus.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good still, and worth the money.
Yeah. I was invited to go watch it with my friends, and I'm like, nah, I gotta study for exams, and they're like, come on, man, it's Captain Marvel. And I'm like, no. They were gonna
Well,
pay for me too.
if you were a Marvel fan as much as me, then you probably would
Yeah,
have went.
I probably would have went, but no, my friends are more the big comic book fans.
It was a
So,
dope. It was a dope movie though. It was good. It was a good ride, and not just that, but the stingers at the end of them, the post credit scenes, um, made you hype for Endgame,
whew, yeah,
which is coming up next. The movie Avengers Endgame is coming up next, and we're not gonna talk about it now. Um, just to let you guys know, we are gonna do a couple more series called trailer reviews,
yeah.
and that's gonna be coming out a little bit later in the week. We're gonna be doing a few trailers. We're gonna be doing Avengers Endgame. We're gonna be doing Aladdin. We're also gonna be doing what's the third movie again? I keep on forgetting.
Uh, Endgame,
Oh,
Aladdin, Detective Pikachu.
Detective
Yeah,
Pikachu,
yeah,
and then we'll also be doing Shazam also. So we'll have four trailer reviews coming out in the same week. So we're not going to talk about it here, but we'll just look for those videos so you could get our insights and our review of those trailers.
yeah.
And so moving on to something that's not considered a movie because it's a video game because
Mm-hmm.
we're Get Geeked and we need to talk about everything.
Okay,
All
okay.
of you Apex Legends players out there, which Gabe, I know you are.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, and
Not
there's
me.
more teasing of Octane.
dude, I just got my first championship, my first
Oh
victory,
yeah, I saw that.
uh, 2 days ago, which is which was dope.
It's because
Finally,
you played
dude.
so long, dude.
I don't even know when the game came out. I mean, I don't know how long ago the game came out. It's only a couple months. It's only been a couple months, but still, like, I've been trying to get a victory in that game for so long, and I finally got a victory 2 days ago.
Hmm.
Yeah, congrats, dude.
Felt very
Golf
satisfying.
clap.
And
But
I gotta give that before I let you continue, I gotta give it up to my squad mate Jason. If you're out there, the bearded man is his gamer tag.
Jason.
He
Yeah.
he and a random teammate helped me get that victory, and it was just pretty dope. Basically, just
Hmm.
we ran to every gunfight. Every gunfight we heard, we just ran straight to it and just did our work and got the victory.
Sweet.
But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, well, two things. One, the cool thing about Apex that they didn't have any advertisement whatsoever. They just put the game out, and all of a sudden, people just started enjoying it, which is
hmm
kind
And
of
blew
unheard
up
of.
on Twitch
Did
But
too.
yeah,
did
it was
did
just an
were you,
instant hit.
did you guys know how it came out? You guys
Uh,
remember that?
I don't know. I just heard about it through like I
No.
saw it on
Okay.
Twitch.
They leaked it the same day that they put it out.
Oh, what?
They're like on the day that it was gonna come
And they
out.
just
They put a little tiny news blurb, And then like all the streamers and gamers and everything like, oh, what is this? And they're like, new game, new battle royale
Yeah.
from Respawn, the people who make Titanfall,
Ooh.
and like
I
coming
didn't
out.
even know that.
And they said coming out soon, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere like, oh, coming out today,
Same
boom,
day.
yeah,
They
dropped it.
dropped it.
Technically, it was soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
technically it was soon, so they weren't lying.
We talking about a couple hours later, and then we drop it.
But yeah, so continuing on, apparently there's going to be a new character coming out
I heard
named
about that.
Octane, and they're teasing it because they've already put in their
Jump
jump
pads.
pads into the game, but they have yet to bring them out.
Yeah,
It's
they
a-
haven't-
But just wanted to let you guys know beforehand.
the random teammate that we had when I got my victory actually used one of the jump pads. So what he did was the storm was coming in. We just squad wiped a squad, but he didn't have all the loot that he wanted, so he needed to go back into the storm to loot the boxes that are in the storm. So, and the storm, this was probably like maybe fourth circle. So the storm eats a lot of your energy when you go out there. So to do it quickly, he went out, looted. There was a jump pad right next to the loot. So what he did was he got all the stuff that he needed, used the jump pad to jump quickly back into the circle.
Ooh, 900 IQ plays.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
Which I mean, it works. So, and the thing is though, just so everyone knows, no one knows how these jump pads are going to be actually used by the legend. These are just put out there for us to test, to basically beta test, to see like, oh, does it work? How do you use it? How far can you jump? And from what everyone's found out now, that every time you use the jump pad, for one thing, you can't change directions when you're in the air. You only jump in one
What is this,
direction.
the NES?
So your trajectory is going to go to wherever you're facing.
Yeah.
And
You can only jump in one direction.
yeah, well,
Oh, hey, look, it's Zane. Flying through the sky.
yeah, and it doesn't really put you up that high, but it gets you high enough to where when you come down to land, your jetpack comes out.
Okay.
You know,
Well, how they come out with like? They come out with the art. I knew that. I think they.
what for Octane?
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
they
it
already
yet.
have some art out.
But
Yeah,
have they shown any
have some
like
art out right now.
But
like
it's-
the abilities
But is it legit art from Respawn, or is it just like,
fan art?
yeah, or is it just fan art?
I think it was legit
I
art.
saw it on GameStop news, so
Yeah.
it might be legit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't come out with any previews of his abilities, right? His ultimate or whatever.
No.
Okay,
It was
okay.
just a picture. I think he's like a
Well-
topless guy. who
Okay,
has, like,
okay.
a gas
Also,
mask. Yeah, he has no shirt.
the jump pad is supposed to be something to do
Do with
with
his ability.
his ability and his ultimate. So
Okay.
yeah, but we have to wait and see. The thing is, the whole rumor is that the jump pad is just to test out, see how he could use it, how everyone else is using it, and stuff like that. And if it turns out to
That'd
be,
be cool.
if it does turn out to
feel
be
like-
if it does turn out to be his ultimate, it could work in, because like each ultimate should help other legends' ultimates, you know.
Yeah.
So if you're using a Bangalore, one of her abilities is a smoke grenade. So if you're running Octane and a Bangalore could throw out a smoke grenade, and so no one knows where if you get into a fight, no one knows where you are, and then Octane could throw in his jump pad, and then everyone could use the jump pad and get up in the air
To the
and
chopper.
no, but you'll get up in the air and you can shoot down at the people
Oh,
that's trying
wait,
to look
that'd
for
be
you.
sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I mean, it could work like that, but you never know.
Yeah.
And also continuing on games, for all of you Battle Royale, gotta hear all these news, Fortnite sucks. If you didn't hear, the cases for the lawsuit against Fortnite due to the dances has just been dismissed, because I guess there is no copyright based on human
movement.
action or
Yeah.
physical movement.
I
So
understand.
Yeah, which is lame anyways.
up.
Like I mean, come on,
Yeah,
like
just
how
give
are
it
you
up.
gonna copyright a dance? That's so dumb.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to
It's not
copyright a dance.
practical.
Like come on, like
I yeah,
'cause, like,
I
if
get the whole thing.
if you do
but
if you do copyright,
just
like
give it up.
look at breakdancing. If everyone does a certain move, like there's a windmill, you do a windmill, and there's a move called a flare. Everyone does a flare.
Yeah.
Like if
Mhm.
you know if you do that, then like crews wouldn't be able to battle. Everyone would be like, oh, copyright, I'm gonna
Like
sue you,
copy,
copyright, oh, I'm gonna
yeah.
sue you. Like come on,
So
like
it just
you
wouldn't
can't.
make
Like
sense.
it's so lame and dumb to try to copyright a dance. I don't. I never. I didn't even get that lawsuit.
Yeah.
That lawsuit was dumb. But the one major one is that backpack kid, and let's all everybody give a boot to that backpack kid because I mean that guy was stupid. For one thing, that dances. I mean, yeah, whatever, flossing, little kids love it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know I'm
Man,
old.
you are gonna make
I,
so many 10-year-olds mad right now.
yeah, yo,
Not
yo,
the 10-year-olds.
yo, come at me, dude. I don't care.
We're gonna lose all our children demographics.
Yo, come at me. I don't care. Flossing is lame, all right?
Mhm.
I
So
heard though that they did pay some people for their dances, like the people who made
some
Fortnite.
just to get them off their back,
Yeah,
but all in all, just Fortnite's gonna die anyway. Just let it die.
I
Who
don't know,
cares?
man.
I feel
I
like
could
it's
I could
good for the
argue I
kids.
could argue against that, and the one thing is too, I'm not even a Fortnite fan,
Yeah.
but I Fortnite is the only battle royale out there that's doing it right. I want to say,
Mhm.
and here, like before you disagree with me here, like just just give me like this is how why Fortnite is doing it right. They have third person,
Yeah.
and third person is kind of what's your selling point. And that's what I think. That's why all the kids love it because okay, if you're gonna sell skins, if you're gonna put skins in boxes and you're gonna have skins in boxes that you have to buy and you got to spend money on it, you want to see your skins. So they're already doing it correctly right there by putting out third person.
Yeah.
And not just that, then you have your emotes and you buy your emotes, and then why would you buy emote if you can't see your emote?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they're doing it good right there. And not just that, they do an event almost every week, if not every other two
Yeah. They're
weeks,
very
and every month.
consistent.
Yeah, they're very consistent with their updates and their events. Um, Apex is the only other company that came close to kind of doing it. Well, I'll kind of give it to Blackout too, but Blackout has been lagging hardcore on their updates and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I think Blackout would totally kill Fortnite if they did third person, but they're never gonna do that because Call of Duty
It's
has
always
never has
first.
yeah it has never ever been third person. They always been first person,
Mm-hmm.
so they're not gonna do that. Apex
Or
though,
they could at least try to implement the whole Grand Theft Auto 5 thing where they give you
exactly,
the
and
option of whether doing it
Oh, on and off.
each way.
But then
and
everyone would turn to third person because he could peek corners. I think.
well yeah, but it
Yeah.
doesn't matter though. Like and not just that too, but Call of Duty has such fluid movement and such fluid action that I feel like if you do that in third person and Doctor Disrespect has even said it too because Doctor Disrespect used to work for actually used to work for Call of Duty,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that they even put they when he used to work there they put out a third person emulator over there for it, and
Ooh.
he's played it and tried it, and he said that it worked fluidly and perfectly. The only thing is that they're not a third person company,
Yeah.
so they're never gonna put out a third person. But if they did though, I think it would kill the game
Yeah.
because they're so optimized and their movements are fluid and good. Now, but here's the other part too: is Apex Legends has the ability to come out and take over. If they do a third person and then they come out with the solos and duos, for one thing, they're already selling on skins,
Mm-hmm.
but with that, you never get to see your skins except for the intro page where
Oh, okay.
you ready up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only time you get to see your skins. Other than that, you don't ever get to see your skins. It's kind of a waste to buy,
Yeah.
but with Fortnite, you see it. I think that's why kids, if you are a parent and you have a kid, and even just having friends who have kids, you know how much money these little kids spend on V-Bucks to buy
Okay, you know
skins
what?
and
I'm gonna have to cut
emotes.
in right here.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna have to cut in right here because, like I said before, you and a couple of the people who are watching know where I work.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Others do not.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I have physically been it. Well, man, I don't know if I should say it because I'm gonna kind of give it away. But I've had so many people who I've just watched all, even other people I've worked with speak about this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen it. It's kind of a bad thing. It's created such a mob mentality for children
Mm-hmm.
that I've seen kids steal their parents' credit cards. And then we
Yikes.
get calls about months later.
Mm-hmm.
This person finds out that every single week to a month, this kid's been stealing hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to get every single skin.
That's so bad.
But then we'll get the one or two who actually call in and are like, "You gotta help me.
Yeah.
I spent $100 and I didn't mean to." Well, then tell me why you did it 3 times in a row in the past hour.
Which,
Oh man.
but then that also that puts into what I've that goes straight into what I'm saying. That's why Fortnite won't die, or it won't die soon, until another game comes out and
Well,
does what
I
Fortnite does,
feel
but does it correctly.
Mhm.
I feel like it will die in the eye of everybody except for the ones who hold it as kind of like a cult religion.
Yeah.
Like
Or
they will
like they
play it
depend on it
to the
maybe.
day they no longer have
Yeah.
servers.
People like I think Ninja get a lot of his views or yeah streaming views from like people who are on a pretty young age. So he's kind of dependent a bit on Fortnite.
Well, that's his bread and butter. But I
Yeah.
mean, with that said, though, man, he made a buttload of money from Respawn. Respawn paid him. I forgot how much, but it was like in the millions
Ooh.
to stream Apex.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, people were mad about that too
What the?
because
I feel like he'll
yeah,
play
they were
anyways.
mad because they paid him a lot of money to stream Apex when there are so many other people
That are
Mhm.
already
who
streaming
didn't.
Apex. Yeah, who
Yeah.
didn't, and were
Didn't
And
streaming
get
it
paid. Yeah.
and are better
and
at the game than he is.
Yeah.
yeah, these are professionals too. Teams are playing. People who have probably up there with almost as many subscribers
Mhm.
as Ninja
and
doing
are
the
and are
same thing.
and are better at the game. And
True.
okay,
Yeah.
with that said though, dude, we kind of hit our 1 hour mark.
Oh, did we? Okay.
We
Okay.
totally
Okay.
Yeah,
did.
I think maybe like an hour 20 is fine because I do have to say one more thing.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
All of these
we're
games,
gonna close it out with this. So go ahead.
yeah. So with all of these games coming out, Apex, Fortnite, PUBG, all of these, you have to give credit where credit is due.
Mhm.
Because I know people personally back when I was a kid who have worked on these games, and I've seen them work on these games. Daisy, Arma, Arma 2 were the starting of this huge craze all these people are crazy about. But not just that, there's other games that made these games what they are.
Mhm.
So I gotta give up the props to the one game that pretty much set in stone where all of these came in, which is Operation Flashpoint.
I've never heard of that game
That
I've
in
never
my
game
life.
I've never
is
heard of it
yes,
either.
exactly. It came out before Battlefield 1942.
Okay. PC game?
My dad, yeah,
Now,
my dad personally
are are you
showed
are
me.
you talking about FPS, or are you talking battle royales, or
Wait.
No, it's because this is an FPS also slash kind of third person telling people where to go. It
Oh.
was really old. Operation Flashpoint is an amazing game, but that game, it was the precursor to Arma,
Mhm.
which was the precursor to Arma 2, which was the precursor to DayZ, which
Oh, that started
DayZ
the yeah,
then
yeah.
turned into PUBG, and then
wait,
PUBG
no,
turned into Fortnite.
but
So
you're
this
missing
is
one though,
where the
because
credit is due.
H1Z1
H1Z1.
was the first one.
Yeah, H1Z1. That's the one I was talking
Okay.
about.
Okay.
The
Okay.
H1Z1 was the precursor for DayZ because DayZ was the real one. The H1Z1 was the unlicensed version that came out
Mhm.
before, but then they bought it and then made it a real game.
Okay. Okay.
So credit where it's due. If you guys ever want to give it a shot, it's an amazing game.
What's it called
But
again?
just know that Fortnite, Apex, they're not these legends without the OGs.
Yeah, but
So
I don't know about that because
give it up to the
I
OGs.
I can't go back to PUBG and playing PUBG after I played Call of Duty. So I don't know if I could go all the way back to that game and play that game because
No,
especially
not just that. I'm
considering
just saying,
yeah, but
give it the credit because you
you
know
know
those
Yeah,
people
I'll
that
yeah,
I'll
know those
I'll
games.
I'll give
Yeah.
it the credit, but I'm not gonna go back and play it just because I know
No,
how
no, no,
bad
no.
I
yeah.
know how bad it feels to go back to
They
PUBG and play
they
PUBG.
lost it when they
Hmm.
And it,
lost it when they started
and here's
the mobile PUBG with all those
no
bots.
Oh yeah,
no
yeah.
here's the thing though, mobile PUBG was better than PUBG.
I think it ran better.
It ran better. It was
Oh yeah,
more.
it ran better. The servers
It
were
was
better.
more
But
optimized and everything.
Yeah.
And
that's
here's
because half the players weren't even real players.
here,
The all
no,
bots.
no, it's not even just that. Like okay, so the whole reason why H1Z1 died because it basically died
Yeah.
because they never ever wanted to optimize their game. They never wanted to make it run smoother. They never wanted to like
Mhm.
make get rid of uh like their ping problems and stuff where like, oh, you're already behind a rock, but for some weird reason you're still getting shot through the rock and
Oh
stuff like
yeah.
that, like,
Mhm.
and that's the same reason why PUBG is most likely gonna die too. But although I think PUBG has gotten it's so much better in H1Z1 that it still maybe will be able to stay alive for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But but if you're like a casual gamer like I am, maybe even weekend warrior, I don't know, but casual gamers, you want to play something that's really optimized. And before Call of Duty came out with their battle royale, and before Apex came out with their battle royale, the only game you had was PUBG.
Hmm.
But PUBG, same problem. They don't want to optimize their gameplay to make it run smoother. They have desync problems all the time. You run to hide behind a tree, but you still get shot
Hmm.
because the person is on a different sync than you
Yeah.
are. And they still have ping problems. So you see people skipping through,
Like
the
rats.
maps like they're just floating. Like come on, man. They don't want to optimize it. So that's why if you
Yeah.
if you play all these newer ones, which are more optimized, like Apex, even Fortnite's
Really,
super optimized because
really
it
well
runs
made.
runs pretty smoothly.
Hmm.
And Call of Duty Blackout, super optimized. Like,
Wait, but isn't the people Epic who came out with Fortnite aren't even they the creators of the engine?
well, they're part of the they used to be, but what they did was they came out and perfected it, right?
So they weren't the creators, but they like pretty much refined it and turned it into their own little
Hmm.
Exactly. Which
cash
which goes
flow.
to, which goes to show that PUBG, uh, Bluehole, the Bluehole, the company, it shows why they're so lazy because if part of your team broke off and made another game, learned how to optimize it, made it better, why can't you?
Yeah.
Why can't PUBG optimize their game like Fortnite did? Because you guys used to be part of the same company, you know. So and that's one of the problems. So like, yeah, when you play, but going back to my whole point was, it's just that if you play these newer ones that are more optimized, it's hard to go back to play like the older ones. Because I used to play PUBG all the time, but now that Call of Duty and Apex Legends is out, dude, I just can't go back
Yeah.
playing PUBG. The only reason why I don't like Fortnite is because I hate building. It's just another part of thing I just don't want to get into. Like I can't, like, you gotta like keybind your buttons so that you could build quicker, and
Yeah.
all I want to
Hmm.
do is just get out there and kill people. Okay.
My
I
brain's not
I
that good.
have actually been given shit for playing with a team on Fortnite back when it like just came out,
Uh-huh.
and they would always yell at me to build. I'm like, if I can kill this guy, I don't need to. And it
We
was
did a
just another
build.
thing to do that I didn't
Yeah,
want to do.
yeah, I just don't want to do it. Like, I just want to shoot. Just give me a gun and I'm shooting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a runner and gunner. I'm a pusher. Give me a SMG and I'm gonna get in there and get things done.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are we
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
just to close it out,
any
Operation
other
Flashpoint.
Operation Flashpoint. So if you're down to go back and play some unoptimized game,
go
or I
in your
mean,
time machine?
maybe it was optimized. I don't know. Maybe it's even better now.
Well,
Go back
see,
and try it out.
Operation Flashpoint wasn't even an online game. It was just a free player. It was like a single player,
Mm.
but it was super, super good for the time. You have to realize we weren't running with all of 18 gigabyte DDR5s. We didn't have these, uh, you know,
Mhm.
1960s. We didn't have all that stuff. We had to work with what we got, but it was a great game for the time.
Yeah.
So don't knock all you Fortnite players. Don't knock all the other people just because, they're not into Battle Royale and they can't build. They help build the thing you play every single day while you sit and shit in your diapers.
All right.
But yeah, okay, so yeah, Operation
We
Flashpoint.
gotta, we gotta
Yeah, but with
call it
that
back to
said,
episode.
we are over our time. We're about 10 minutes over, and we just want to once again reiterate that we have our social media. All the information is going to be down below if you want to check it out. Go out there, like and subscribe our things. And to repeat, also we are gonna do a prize giveaway if we get up to 100 subscribers on
Subscribe
YouTube,
now.
so we can get our personalized URL. We will randomly
Hmm.
pick two winners. One will be a medium prize pack and one will be a bigger grand prize pack. So go out there, let it be known, and we will see you guys back next week on our third episode of the Get Geek podcast.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Then we also have Mary watching.